What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports and more breaking news from the Philadelphia Flyers as they have acquired defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen from the Buffalo Sabres in exchange for defenseman Robert Hagg, the first-round pick in this upcoming draft, the 13th overall pick, and a second-round pick in the 2023 draft. So, overall, my first reaction to this trade, a bit of an overpayment. But in terms of, do I hate this? Do I love this? Am I okay with this? I'm in the middle. I don't hate this trade. I don't love this trade. I can understand because Buffalo, they're in a position where they're trying to sell their assets and they're trying to rebuild once again. But I don't, in my honest opinion, and I think it's kind of obvious that Rasmus Ristolainen should not be worth a first-round pick. I felt like maybe you could have inquired as well about Sam Reinhart too from Buffalo. Maybe you could have found a way to get him involved into the mix because you trade Ghost yesterday. Okay, you cleared that 4.5 off the cap. Ristolainen just basically takes up that cap for Ghost, and he has one more year left on his contract. He's making $5.4 million for the last year of his contract for the cap hit. And I know there was rumors Robert Hagg was probably eventually going to get moved as well. So right now, with the way the defense is probably going to shape up, your first pairing, most likely going to be Provorov and Ellis. And then your second pairing, most likely is going to be Travis Sanheim after you re-sign him for his next contract. And then most likely Rasmus Ristolainen paired with Travis Sanheim. And then you got on your bottom pairing, probably going to be either one of Cam York or Yegor Zamula. And then the other guy will probably be either Justin Braun or Sam Morin. Which, like I said, I don't hate this trade, I don't love this trade, and I do want to give Rasmus Ristolainen the benefit of the doubt. He played for Buffalo for so long. He's still very young. He's 25, 26 years old. So maybe this is a point where this guy needs a change of scenery. But also, if you look at the analytics, yes, his analytics are complete trash. His analytics are terrible. He has ability, but they're just, for some reason in Buffalo, they just for some reason could not find a way to get it out of him. Whether that was forcing him into a role that he just was not ready for yet, which probably was the case there in Buffalo because honestly they put him right on the first pairing. He was a guy that was logging a lot of minutes for Buffalo, and maybe that's something that stunted him in his development. So maybe if you look at the bright side, the Flyers, they're not going to put him into that top 2 position. He's most likely going to be a top 4 type of guy. And I would assume his role is not going to be as prominent, I would say, if he's playing in the top 4. Most likely going to be that guy paired next to Travis Sanheim. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out because Chuck Fletcher had his press conference after this. Ristolainen said he's going to do everything possible to help the team next year, which I do like the way he said that, but that's mostly every player that comes and goes with trades. They're going to say that, your typical cliche stuff. But Chuck Fletcher, he was kind of like, are we going to re-sign him? I'm not sure. But then it also does sound like that the Flyers aren't going to make another trade this weekend, which is kind of a letdown, but who knows if the Tarasenko stuff is still in the air or not with Jake Voracek. I have no idea. But I know the free agency period that's eventually going to come up as well. But the Flyers, they don't have their first-round pick in this draft. That's going to happen tonight. And they won't have a second-round pick for the next 2 years after this. They won't have next year's second-round pick, which they traded to get rid of Shane Gostisbehere, and they won't have the 2023 second-round pick. So, still, in my honest opinion, it's a little bit. It's an overpayment, definitely, way of an overpayment. But I don't hate this trade, but I don't love this trade. I'm in the middle. I want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, to try to see if a change of scenery is something that he just desperately needed to get out of Buffalo. Maybe that's all he does need. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, see how he could play with this team this year, see how Alain Vigneault shapes him up into this new system, and let's see how he can be utilized. I'm not going to judge this trade just based on everything because, yes, you overpaid for him. That is obvious. You sent a couple of draft picks and you sent Robert Hagg. So, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm okay with it. I just want to see how this works out. And who knows, maybe Chuck Fletcher does eventually tap into the free agency market. You just don't know what's going to happen. I feel like they are still going to look into some forwards. I still feel like, who knows, maybe they do look into another defenseman. They're definitely going to have to look into a backup goaltender. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But right now, it looks like the Flyers are done for trades with this weekend, this being their last one, and the Flyers will not have a draft pick in the first round of this NHL entry draft, so don't expect anything from the Flyers side, unless they do tend to surprise you, so you never know. So, what are your thoughts on this trade, everyone? What are your thoughts on acquiring Rasmus Ristolainen? What are your thoughts on the stuff that the Flyers sent over? You think it was an overpayment? Do you not like Rasmus Ristolainen? Are you willing to give this guy a chance? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, so don't forget to leave those down there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. Don't forget to check out the links to the Painted Lines, which I am a part of. All that stuff is down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check the links to Broads Media, the Flyer.pod merchandise website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All of that stuff will be down in the description below. And just don't forget to subscribe to the channel, everyone, and I will see you next time.